I think the one that we should all talk about first is Bring Me the Horizon's latest release.
I very much enjoyed it.
I find that because they labelled it an EP,
Yeah.
I kind of lean away from that. I don't know what, I just have the idea in my mind. If you've kind of got at least 8 songs on there, that tends to me to be like more of an album.
It's a lot more like a mini album, isn't it?
It is. I absolutely loved it. I remember hearing some of the songs. Ludens, when it first came out, didn't catch me straight away. Because that was the first single released for Death Stranding as well, I believe. And then I think as more got released, Parasite Eve started to get me a bit more. Obey kind of hooked me in. And I can vividly remember the day that the album released. I was biking to work and I played it from the beginning. And as soon as Dear Diary hit in, I literally stopped where I was biking down a hill. And I remember messaging you, Dan, and just sending you the song and be like,
yeah,
this is insane.
First minute of Dear Diary, when that blast beat starts kicking in, I kind of just had to stop what I was doing and just take it all in.
It was fantastic. It was, for me, it was a return to the Bring Me the Horizon that I prefer.
Well, yeah, for them to go from Armo in their last album, where it was sort of a little bit softer, a little bit more pop,
Yeah.
sort of leaning to the pop side kind of thing, and then just come straight back in with their next release with that, was quite impressive.
Oh, it was a statement to come back with that. And I think just like in terms of, because obviously it's there with EP that they're going for, it gives to me the impression that they're not looking for as much maybe filler songs perhaps sometimes. Like they've probably thought out a lot of these songs, and for me, every song stands out on its own, and from start to finish, there's like a great progression as you go through the album. It feels to me like it flows very well.
It does feel a bit like an album, doesn't it? Like I'm sure in an interview a little while ago, Ollie said they were going to be not doing any albums for a while. They were just going to do a load of EPs, just groups of songs. But these songs do fit quite well together.
Yeah, they're calling them all like the post-human EPs, I think.
Right, okay.
So we're going to get different subtitles, I believe, of different, and obviously just this one is survival horror. I mean, off the back of this, introducing it to more people as well, there's been like a group of us that are going to now go and see Bring Me hopefully next September, like we said earlier on. It kind of just completely catapulted them back into my rotation of music that I have. Not just because of like this album release, but then I just started listening to them more again after that. It just seems it got pushed so much to the forefront as soon as it's released.
Yeah.
It stands out definitely as one of my favourite things that have been released this year.
And also, dare I say it, I think if someone asked me what Bring Me the Horizon release best defines them as a band, I think I would probably pick this over Sempiternal.
Okay.
You know, I think it blends the first few albums that were really heavy and I loved for all those reasons. And it blends them so well with the, you know, That's a Spirit and Ammo and all the things on those albums I loved.
I agree. It's really cool for them to get Nova Twins in, which is a smaller up and coming band, which I think are going to be big in a couple of years' time. And people like Amy Lee on that last song. Got Baby Metal on there, which is really good.
It's fantastic. I've used that Baby Metal, the fact that they're now on this album and they've collabed on that song. I've got a friend who likes Baby Metal, and now I've got him in to Bring Me the Horizon through Kingslayer, which I find absolutely hilarious. That he's now listening to Bring Me the Horizon because originally he listened to Baby Metal, hadn't really listened to Bring Me. He kind of has a lot of weird different genres he listens to outside of this. He's not really a metal fan, but because he's kind of likes Japanese culture and likes Baby Metal, I've now got him listening to Bring Me purely on that collaboration on that song.
But also I think it's the same thing with the Youngblood feature. You know, that's going to take his fan base that maybe are on the lighter end of the spectrum for rock music and heavy music, and it's going to push them towards, you know, more extreme, more heavy metal, which is good for everyone. Do you know what I mean?
It's fantastic. And like I said, it's one of my favourites I've got on there. At one point I was considering this. I mean, it's in consideration for me with Album of the Year. It's definitely up there.
It's up there for sure.
I think lyrically it's some of their best work as well, in a while at least. Sometimes I feel like when I'm listening to some of their other albums, it's just a bit you know, a song happens for 3 or 4 minutes and nothing really stands out to me about what he's saying.
I feel like a lot of the lyrics on this album have got quite metaphorical.
Again, like I feel like there are some themes you can kind of see running through it as well, and the way the album flows, you can kind of feel. I think that helps when I've said like it feels like it progresses nicely, and it works very well listening to it from start to finish for me. And I think like some of those concepts and the way that Ollie's written lyrics for it, I think just aids in that and just helps that progression as you go from song to song. I mean, like I said, each of them on their own, to me, they just all stand out as some fantastic songs, beautifully written, fantastically performed. Yeah, I think it's very hard nowadays, and I can probably think of very few albums, at least off the top of my head anyway, that from start to finish I'd like to sit down and listen to, and this is definitely up there as one of them.